just got some inspiration from a video that I was watching, and they were doing a Dutch pour, and they did pinks and blues, and I just really love that colour combo, and I decided to come out and play. So I quickly primed my boards, and because it's so hot here in Townsville, I primed these probably 10-15 minutes ago, and they're dry already. So I've got two here ready to go. I've got a balloon, I filled it with water, and it gives it a little bit of weight. So I'm going to do, it's a balloon smash, but it's an opposite balloon smash, not like the original one in one of the videos where I showed you where you have your swipe and then you come along and do this. This is where you actually put paint on, and then you do your balloon smash, and you get a flower type of look. Because I've only just mixed my paints, you probably can't see. I'll try and hold it up, but there's lots and lots and lots and lots of little air bubbles. So I'm just going to give it a quick torch with the butane. So excuse the noise. There we go. I mixed up my colours, nice thin consistency. Again, leaving a trace and sinking almost straight away, because I don't want too much paint on here, because with the balloon kisses, if you've got too much paint, everything just falls in onto each other. So I primed the board with this darker blue. Well, it's not darker blue, but it's more of a blue, and then I mixed a little bit of blue in, this blue actually, just a tad in with it, just to give it almost a sky blue pastel sort of colour. And what I'm going to do is just don't blow away. I might put my paint there. I've got this paper towel here to wipe the balloon on. Sorry, I have to have a drink. It's so bloody hot in Townsville. I've got my blow dryer ready here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this board yet. I'm thinking Dutch pour, but I'm not sure. I've got like a turquoise, dark turquoise blue. I mixed up, this is a metallic magenta, or magnolia, sorry. I think it's a global one. Very, very pretty. It's hard to see there, but it's actually got like iridescent type of throw in it. It's really pretty. And then I did an apricot, a silver, which is, as I've always said before, it's quite heavier than the other paints. And then I mixed up metallic pearl. So I've got the two metallic, well, I've got three metallics actually. There's three metallics here, and then I've got this bit of apricot and this dark turquoise, because as I said before, I like a lot of contrast. I like lights and darks. I did some pastels, which I'm pretty happy with. I'll show you when I'm finished resining them. I embellish them a little bit, but I still like that hit of dark with light. It just works better for me. The balloon, as I filled it with water, I'll use probably a little bit of this as well. And what I might start with is, I might start with the dark. And I just start with putting a little bit on. Don't worry too much about this, because we're going to be squashing it with the balloon anyway, but I mean, you don't want drips everywhere. I'm trying to keep some nice and crisp and clean. Not too much, because as I said, if you've got too much paint on there, it tends to want to just fall back into itself. I might need metallic pearl to last. Some copper. I have copper. Apricot. Metallic magnolia. Do a little squiggle. And a bit of the pearl on top. Now, I might have to get a bigger balloon. I've got another pack in there, but this might be big enough. And the thing is, the trick is to hold it between your two fingers like this, so you've got a grip on it, otherwise it will slide off the board. So it's really slippery, and we want to get some pressure on and squeeze down, come up, and I usually grab my hand like that and I'll wipe that. So there's, wipe it on the towel. And yeah, I probably need a bigger balloon to give it more of a floral. I brought my balloons out. No, didn't bring them out, sorry. I'll just keep going. There we go. I had too much paint on there. So we want to get like almost like petals. So what I'm doing is wiping off. And you can see, I don't know if you can see, but there's little cells underneath that'll pop up. So I'll probably sort of use less. So I might do a few at a time, because otherwise you'll probably get pretty bored. And just see how they come out. Silver. So again, I've mixed up way too much paint. That's okay, it gets used up. And you don't want to go over them too much because you will muddy them. You can still go over a couple of times. With that blue to give it that contrast. Again, holding the balloon. I've had it that many times. It's easier when you've got water in there because it's heavier, but when you haven't got any water and it just it'll just slip off the board. I see that one completely disappeared, but it will come back up. So the paint is underneath, it's just that this paint has fallen back over the top. See that one starting to pop up? I tried really hard not to put a thick layer of base coat down, but obviously I did a little bit too much. Get a little hit with the torch. They want to come up, it's sitting underneath, you can see it's sitting underneath there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, obviously made this base coat just a little bit too thin for this. So you know what? we're going to wing it now. And I'm going to do a Dutch pour. So let's see how this goes. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to go across the board. So it shows that everyone, sometimes you start off wanting to do something and it just doesn't go the way you planned. So you just change direction. Don't be worried about it. It happens to everybody. I'm quite happy to, to show you that happens sometimes. My full intention was to do a lovely little petal thing, which, I have done before. It's just, obviously I was in a hurry. I sort of got home from shops and I went, oh, I really want to do a pour, and rushed in and mixed. And, sometimes we've got to sit back and chill a little bit before we do that. But when inspiration hits, sometimes you just got to go with it. Which is what I'm doing. So I do really love this metallic pearl. It's really pretty. I want to keep a little bit of this one over here. Keep that blue. Apricot. I might do a floating cup over there. So everyone has different ideas about flooding when you do a Dutch pour. Flooding, it means that you pour excess here and blow it over and then out again, which is I think what I showed you with one of the pours that I did. I tend to like doing that because I just like the look of how it is. Some people will just put a little bit more paint on here and blow out. See, look at that. That's if I can get cells like that. But I'm going to put some extra just on the end here and save some for the other pour. Put that over there. Put some silver through here. Hopefully when this dries it'll throw some really nice metallics with that pearl and silver. I'll get rid of that because otherwise that will blow up into my pour. And this, like I said, it's really hard to see. There's like a blue purple throw in. It's a really pretty colour. Keep some of that for the floating cup. Put that over there. Now, excuse the noise with the blow dryer. And as I said before, there's quite a bit running off here. I'm not worried about that. Check that you've got the lower speed. So I'll just blow some. I always get, try not to get your blow dryer in your paint. Because these sides are really porous, it's really drying up on those sides. But I'm not too worried about that. It's a little bit darker blue, but it'll probably be quite nice when it dries, even with that little bit of contrast. Because I was in such a hurry, I didn't even bloody apply. I didn't tape under my boards, so I'm just keep running my finger. I did remember my bucket of water. Now it depends on what direction you want to go, but I see a lot of artists, they go this way, that way, this way, that way, this way, that way, and they get some beautiful patterns. So it just depends on what you want to do. So just remember you've butted from both sides. So I tend to like to come out, so come high. So I'm putting about halfway in. Actually, I'm going to put There's a few places here where I can see there's a bit too much, but it's starting to sell up. Right. Leave that, I'm not going to touch it anymore. I'll try and hold it up. You can see there's selling coming in here. I'm just going to give it a little quick torch, mainly for air bubbles. Selling come up. But don't hold the torch on there, you don't want to burn your paint. Now I'll just hold it up if I can. I'll just run my finger along first to get all this underneath excess. So today was just not a balloon kissing day, it wasn't happening. No kisses today. Sorry about that. And as this dries, that metallic, hopefully, if you can see, there's some selling coming up into that, especially the middle part there and the outer part here, and as I leave that, that'll always make sure your board's level too. You don't want to have it all running off to one side. I did check it before I did it, but hopefully I haven't moved it too much so it's not. There, okay. So I'll stop for a second, have a drink. It's like 39 degrees here. It's bloody stinking hot. I was doing these little, I do the little resin hearts, so I painted them this morning. So they'll be ready for, I like to do some glitter because I like the sparkles. I've got 4 of those. I generally sell those in sets. And I put a little bit of red in these ones, so look at that. That's okay. I put a bit of sparkle on these. I put a bit of red in these to give it a bit more of a sunsetty vibe. So yeah, so I'll turn that off and I'll get the cup ready and I'll do a floating cup for you.